Straight to our top story. General VK Singh has rubbished sensational claims made by senior Congress leader Manish Tiwari that the nation came close to a coup in 2012. In his first comments since Tiwari's claims was reported by India Today last evening, General VK Singh has hit out at the Congress leader, calling him a jobless neta. He has also asked the Congress leader to read his book for clarification. This after the former Information and Broadcasting Minister has said that the controversial news report about 2 key army units moving towards Delhi in 2012 published by the Indian Express same year was unfortunate but true. Tiwari incidentally was a member of Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defence when the perpetrated incident took place. The Indian Express on April 4, 2012 reported late night on 16th January, the day then Army Chief General VK Singh approached the Supreme Court on his date of birth issue. Intelligence agencies reported an unexpected movement by 2 key military units towards Delhi.
Brought out a news on the front page that army is marching, army contingents are marching towards Delhi. And the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Manmohan Singh, he said if it is so, it is very serious. And Ministry of Defence did nothing to rebut this particular charge. And if you go through the contents of this particular news item, it could not have been given, it could have only been given by the Ministry of Defence and by nobody else.
Insofar as the particular story that you are referring to, at that point in time I used to serve on the Standing Committee of Defence. And it's unfortunate, but the story was true. Story was correct.
Sir, can he answer?
I am not getting into an argument, sir. All that I'm saying is that, to the best of my knowledge, that story was correct.
2 साल पहले इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में खबर छपी थी कि 2 आर्मी की प्लाटून तख्ता पलट के लिए कूच कर रही दिल्ली पे। इस बात की पुष्टि मनीष तिवारी जी ने कल की है।
ऐसा करिए, मनीष तिवारी जी के पास आजकल कुछ काम नहीं है, उनको बोले मेरी एक किताब है, उसको पढ़ लेंगे, अपने आप सब खुलासा हो जाएगा।
India Today spoke to Shekhar Gupta, the former editor of Indian Express.
Truth must come out, and truth must keep on coming out, so that family embarrassments are not swept under the carpet. Because whoever was to blame, for all I know, government overreacted, government panicked, or government got spooked. There should be correctives put in place, and you cannot put correctives in place unless you talk about them or unless you face an issue in the eye. You should not run away from the issue, and least of all, a country as powerful and as stable and as confident as India should see the need to do that. I think the UPA leadership was very weak at that time, and they didn't quite know how to deal with the situation or how to respond. But that's really their problem, and maybe that was the nub of the story, and that's what was part of the distrust and part of the insecurity. But having said that, I would say better late than never. I'm glad that Manish Tiwari has spoken now. And I do hope that other members of the government, particularly members of the Cabinet Committee on Security, which had an informal meeting that night at the Prime Minister's home, at Dr. Manmohan Singh's home, along with the then Defence Secretary, who is now CAG, the then Chief of RAW and IB, and the then Principal Secretary and Cabinet Secretary. This was a full council meeting. I wish more people would speak out, and more people in the armed forces would speak out, like General Chaudhary did, so that there is a robust debate on what exactly happened, so it doesn't happen again. I would passionately wish that this issue is not politicized. At the same time, the issue is not buried under the carpet. The issue should not be politicized. Issue should be debated as an issue of governance and professionalism. It is not an issue of politics. And I think it will be very wrong and it will be very bad for India if issues like this are politicized and they are begun to be seen in Congress versus BJP terms.
When this alleged incident regarding the army is supposed to have taken place, contemporaneously senior ministers had even then clarified, and I am again clarifying, that there is absolutely no truth in the allegation or the insinuation or the innuendo in respect to which we have heard again today. In fact, it was also clarified that some troop movements are a necessary, inbuilt and inevitable part of the defense mechanism. But to read into it all the other elements is completely wrong and misconceived.
Brijesh Pandey, Deputy Editor, on the phone line for more on this story with me. Brijesh, it's going to make the work of the BJP a little easier. The kind of statements that are now coming out from the Congress party, they are trying to put it as a personal comment of Manish Tiwari.
Well, yes. I mean, other than that, they are also very clear on one thing. I spoke to several of them by now, and, they all are of the opinion that, it was the then Congress government. And General VK Singh at that point of time was army chief and not a member of the BJP. The only thing which needs explanation is why the then Prime Minister, Home Minister or the Defence Minister kept quiet about it. So they are saying that there is no question why that the party is going to seek any kind of explanation whatsoever from General VK Singh, and they are saying that just because he is new into politics and there have been certain controversies attached to him, the Congress is trying to, politically attack them. But
Yes.
they are saying that there is no merit in any party which needs to explain its stand is basically the Congress party. Ankit?
Brijesh, of course, there have been a lot of questions asked about the timing of this disclosure. The Congress party has been attacking VK Singh inside the parliament. Do you now believe that the BJP is going to make a huge hue and cry about this issue now?
Well, they will. What I have gathered is that, that they will definitely raise this question as to why, when the Pathankot incident has just happened, and what was the need for the Congress party member, Manish Tiwari, who was a minister in the last Congress UPA government, to raise these kind of issues, which will definitely affect the morale of the army. So they are planning to raise these issues as some sort of a fact that the Congress is not very keen, or Congress is very disparaging about its remark, or be it on national security or Indian army. Ankit?
Thank you so much, Brijesh, for bringing us all those details and perspective on this story. Well, moving on, former Army Chief and now Union Minister General VK Singh has been controversy's favourite child. He holds the infamous distinction of being the first serving Army Chief to take the government of the day to court over dispute regarding his age and his tenure of service. After becoming a member of the parliament, he attacked Present Army Chief General Dalbir Singh Suhag as one who protected a unit that killed innocents. He also faced severe criticism for calling the media prostitutes. In September 2013, he faced flack for urging the Defence Ministry to crack down on scams in the army. He also faced severe criticism for equating the death of Dalits in Haryana to the deaths of dogs.